Shalom, Raina Corins, it's Ellie here. And I wanted to have a serious talk with y'all. I didn't, do the whole thing that I've been doing lately as far as letting everybody know I was going to go live. This isn't even like, a situation like that. So I talked to my dad. He helped me out with some stuff, as a parent should. And it's just weird to me that, like, there's this whole mix up about what parents are supposed to be and what current parents are. It's like you have a lot of people out here without real parents, a lot of people out here that are fatherless, folks out here without parental figures. It's like, it's one thing, of course, if your parents pass away, there's nothing you can do about that, but like, there's people out here that are just unstable and they can't take care of their children properly. Having children is a gift, and if you're not going to cherish that gift, like, you don't deserve kids. Like, I don't know what else to say. You were blessed with them, and a lot of children are here as lessons. What's up, everybody? A lot of children are here as lessons. And if you're not going to learn your lesson from your child, you missed the whole point of having a kid, bro. Like, I love my parents a lot, and I really appreciate them for everything. And I started verbalizing that to them recently, in the past few years, probably 2018, 19. I started verbalizing, like, I really appreciate you, mom and dad, for taking care of me and helping me and stuff. I'm going through my situation with, my relationship transition, and I'm able to stay with my family until I can get to the next level. Not everybody has that. Not everybody has the childhood that I had. Sure, I could find things to complain about, but at the end of the day, there are certain principles and certain standards of life that have been set in my eyes that other people simply don't have. I didn't have a perfect childhood. I didn't. But at the same time, at least I had my parents with me, and they could show me where to go in some cases. I'm not going to sit up here and be like, oh, my parents are, they did every single thing that they're supposed to do. No, there was times when my parents had to ask me to help pay bills. And I'm like, I think that started when I was like maybe 14 years old. So once you have to help your parents pay bills, that's when your life changes the most. And it does something to you. It's like, you're supposed to be providing for me, and I'm helping you provide for me. And it changes your mentality on everything. So, that's why it's like, I give my parents their props. At the same time, I'm real. I'm not going to sit up and worship them knowing what I had to go through as a child, and now being an adult, having my own child, and currently not being, with his father anymore. It does something. It's very humbling. It's very humbling because it's like that whole single mom thing. It's like, I never wanted to be a single mom. I never expected to be one. And someone could argue and say, oh, well, no one expects to be a single mom. I beg to differ. I got with my boyfriend, moved in together, I got pregnant and got married. I did not expect to be a single mom without proper support from the father. Now, if I was just out here hoeing, having sex without protection, and I got pregnant and then became a single mom, that's a different story. That's a whole different dynamic. That's a whole different foundation that was set. But no, I was married for a good amount of years while we were all like, together and whatnot. And the bond that, my ex had with our son, I don't think it would be breakable by any circumstance. But, you know, some people just go through different things in life, and it is what it is. So my dad, he took me and my son to go to the store. We went and got him some clothes and some shoes and everything. So, he's growing fast. Y'all know these kids nowadays, they grow really fast and everything. And it's a beautiful thing. And it's just, he's the only reason I would ask for help. I don't like asking for help at all. If it's for myself, I'm really not going to ask for help. But if I need help with my son, I'm going to ask for help. Even though I don't like it, it is what it is. I need that help simply because his father isn't providing what he needs. So I need help with that. So my dad, took us to the store. We got the stuff. We went out to lunch and everything, and it was great. He was talking about different things he has going on at his job and his business and whatnot. And it was just like very, very beautiful for us to be bonding that way. And then, I don't talk too much about myself and where I come from. I really don't. Simply because I don't want people to judge me. I don't really have anything like that's really just terrible that I wouldn't want people to know. And even if they did find out things that are not like the best, it's still like, it is what it is. The only people that have to deal with that is me and the people I'm close to. If you're not close to me, why bother knowing or why bother caring? But not everybody sees life that way. But we were talking, and I had realized a lot of things that happened in my childhood were building up to, of course, now. And it's like, well, obviously, everything that happens in the past builds up to what happens in the future, which becomes the present. Like, yeah, I get that, but it's like some stuff you just expect to change. Like, I've seen my dad elevate and grow over the years. I've seen him do better for himself. I've seen him get, step by step to the next step. Not everybody moves that way. And I'm just grateful to have my father in my life, to be an inspiration to me, and to, have somebody to talk to when it comes to different topics and stuff. I can't talk to everybody about the things I talk to my dad about. Sometimes because it's personal, it's like family stuff that I'm not finna just spew out on the internet. But also because nobody understands me the way that my dad does. Like, he was really the main person to get me on my spiritual walk. My mother, she is deeply in religion, and so while I did learn a lot from religion, I know how to organize very well from the way the religion works. Religion is a business, and I like that. I like the aspect of business. What I dislike is taking advantage of people without them even knowing what you're doing to them. I don't like that. But I can get down with okay, we're going to do this way, we can do this way, we can organize that way. I like that. But if you say you're going to do something for God, actually do it for God. Don't do it for yourself. So when I talk to my dad about different things, we have this understanding about the Creator, about the Most High, that my mom simply doesn't have. And that's not even to put her down. It's just, it is what it is. He never, he was talking about how he would be the one to come out of pocket to buy Christmas gifts. And he's not a Christian. Why is he paying for Christmas gifts because my mom doesn't have the money to pay for the Christmas gifts if that's not even what he believes in? He's only doing it because she asked him to. Whereas more than likely, he wouldn't even bother with Christmas. And it's like, okay, you just got to be real about certain situations. What's actually going on? What actually is my family doing? What actually is the objective and the goal? And most people don't look at family like that. I look at family like that. I'm not just going to sit up here and talk to y'all about family structure and polygyny and tribal lifestyles and shit and not be about that. I don't look at family like an emotional, I can be in and out whenever I want to. No. That's what a lot of our men have become today. Females too, but you don't really see too many single dad households. It's not as common as single mother households. Now, I can't say that that's because of the construct of what, the government has set up and everything like that. That does have a play in it. But when I talk to dudes about relationships, can't nobody talk to me the way my dad does about relationships and family. Like, it's just unacceptable. A lot of these dudes, and I'm blessed for real. A lot of females don't have dads who they could talk to like that and have those real conversations. It's one thing to just have conversations with people, but unless somebody's actually living it, and he's my father, he's the main one I should be talking to about topics like these so that I can move forward within my own marriage. Now, my previous marriage failed. Why? Was it because my dad did this? Was it because we didn't have positive male influences? Was it because of this, that? No, it was simply my ex decided to make decisions against the wise counsel he had. We had great male figures in our lives. He had his father figure, not his actual father, but even his father would give him sound advice surrounding our situation. My father would give him sound advice, and at the church that we were going to, they would give him sound advice. He chose not to listen. That was the problem. It's like, oh, well, there's no reason the man would just up and leave. No, that man had issues, and he's still dealing with those issues, pretending that he doesn't have those issues. You have another child now, and you're not taking care of your first one. There's nothing else I can say. I don't have to sit here and trash the man. All I know is I'm having to ask my dad for extra help that I shouldn't have to ask for. It's one thing for me to be like, oh, do you guys want to go on vacation with MJ and take him this over here and blah, blah, blah. And that'll be the help because I'm not paying for it. My parents are paying for it and they're taking their grandchild to go do something fun. That's different. But I'm asking for extra help to take care of his needs because there is lack. No, like you not doing your responsibilities as a man. That's not anybody's fault but yours. And so me having a strong parental, and that's another thing too, he doesn't have the same type of parents that I have. His parents, not only are they not together, but they are chaotic in their thinking and in the way that they raise their children. That's not to trash his parents. I'm just being real, and sometimes I'm too real to even have these discussions with them. Somebody's feelings always want to get hurt. Somebody wants to always give excuses. I'm like, I have no excuses. If I don't take care of my child, he's going to remind me of that every day. I'm not finna live with that kind of guilt. I'm not finna do it. Other people can do it. I'm not finna do it. I already feel bad that I don't, have his father in his life, but I didn't choose that. So what do? I'm going to get into a relationship that can provide what he needs as far as having a strong masculine father figure and put him in a position where he's surrounded by individuals who understand family structure and what we're supposed to do as individuals and as a unit. That's all I can do from this point. So, when I have different talks with my father, I don't talk to him about polygyny too much, but we have, conversations and whatnot about spirituality and different aspects of it and whatnot. We don't really disagree on too much. And that's the thing. We really don't disagree on too much because it's simple. If you have a righteous intent and you push through with your righteous intent, listening to the Creator, listening to the Most High, nothing can stop you from accomplishing your goals. I'm doing some big shit right now. Like, it's so beautiful, everything that's happening in my life. And there's so many things trying to distract me from enjoying the beauty of it all. Who is throwing tree limbs? What is you doing? You see what I mean by distractions? They messing with me. They know they being silly. Usually all they'll do is make a lot of noise. They over here throwing tree limbs. But, because I know I'm on a roll and they just messing with me. It is funny, isn't it? And so, you know, I'm not finna take advantage of the fact that I have what I have. Not on a material level, like on a serious level. Like, I chose my parents. Before I came into this realm, I chose these specific people for a reason. Only they could have given me what I have now. That's up here, and that's in here. Now, some things I did have to learn based off of a bad example. It's like, my parents did this, or my parents did that to the other parents. I'm not finna do that. When I get married, I'm not gonna do that. Some things I did have to learn that way. And I mean, I'll just be straight up. My first marriage was a test run. It was a practice run. It doesn't matter how good you are to a person. If they don't have righteous intent, it won't work. We even both started on our spiritual journey. We started buying crystals. We started reading the Bible together to get the full understanding of it versus just what's in church and stuff. We started, meditating and everything. He's a super powerful being. That's why it's like, it was unfortunate the way that things happened, because it was like, your powers are going to waste, bro. Unless he could straighten up in the future with somebody else, that would be great. But it's like he's already had another child with somebody, and it's, he's made certain decisions in the past that provide a lot of karma. And so, when you're dealing with situations like that, and they choose to remove themselves from the space, and nothing you can do about it. I can't force him to do right. I can't force him to deal with his karma immediately. And that was the thing too. I would force him to, deal with the bad decisions he made. He didn't like it, but it's like, I know where this is going. You better deal with this now, or else it's going to be way worse in the future. He avoided so much crap because I'm like that. Now he's just letting stuff build up and build up and build up, and I can't control his karma. I can't. Same thing goes for anybody else. If your parent is doing something and you told them, like, this, that, blah, 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 this is how you fix it, and they refuse to listen, your friend, your relative, a friend, a coworker, a sister, brother, you're telling them, and they're just not listening, what else can you do? Nothing. So I was just, discussing some stuff with my dad earlier, and I, showed my gratitude and everything for helping me out. Because it's like, I don't know what's going on when it comes to the different transitions that we have going on right now. All I know is I'm trying my best. And I say trying because, I would be at a different place if I was able to do everything I want to do. But if I'm not able to do it the way I want to do it, all I can say is I tried. I'm being real about myself. I'm not saying I'm going to try. No, I'm not going to try. I'm going to do it. And if it doesn't happen the way that I want it to happen, then I tried. And that's all it is. Like, that was the situation my dad was talking to me about, where he's doing things and people are blocking him from being able to do those things. So all he can do is try his best. How are you supposed to work in an organization and do your job if somebody who directly affects the results isn't doing their job? You tried. It's that simple. I mean, you could only wonder why a person would do that. But that's all you can do, wonder. People who operate like that, you can't even ask them why they make certain decisions because they don't know themselves. They're not going to straight up tell you, oh, my ego is in the way. Oh, I'm having problems at home and it's easy for me to take out my problems on other people that aren't in my family at home. Oh, I'm feeling insecure and it's easier for me to be a butt face than it is for me to release myself of my insecurities. People don't talk like that. I talk like that, and the people I surround myself with, they talk like that. I constantly ask for constructive criticism, like, what can I do better? What did I do wrong in this situation? Because I don't want to make any mistakes. I don't want to do a bad job. I want to do a great job. I'm not saying not everybody wants to do a great job, but a lot of people don't want to put forth the effort it takes to do a great job. Priorities, man. Priorities. A lot of us live in the United States, right? We have this idea of what life is, right? According to this matrix that we've been placed in. Do y'all think any of this stuff would fly in the jungle, in the wild, where our ancestors used to be? Like dudes, real quick. Do you think you'd be able to just have a kid and leave and think that everything's gonna be okay? Back in the day or in the wild, do you think that's just how it's gonna work? Ladies, do you think that in the wild you'll be able to catch an attitude with your man, cuss him out, say all sorts of terrible things to him, and think that that's just gonna fly? Like, do you think that's how it works? You got a goddamn lion 200 yards away. Your man says, stay in the trees. I'm finna go peep out this lion. You wanna catch an attitude with him? You do know that's a life or death situation, right? But I guess because we're in the society we're in, people don't want to look at anything as a life or death situation. Everything is a life or death situation. When you go to the gas station versus the transportation you choose to use to go to the grocery store, everything is a life or death situation. So you must listen. And if you don't have a counterpart, a spouse, you must listen to the Most High. It's as simple as that. And if you refuse to listen for, certain little things, I'll admit I don't listen for certain little things. Like, I'll give y'all one example. Yesterday I was working, and while I was working on my Instagram page, I saw, a post. I was like, oh, I like this post. I want to share it. Something was like, don't share it, or there was something wrong. I was like, what does that mean? So I still shared the post, tagged the person, and then went on. Later, I realized I had tagged the wrong page because they have a fake page. And I was like, oh, okay. So me sharing the post wasn't the wrong thing. I misunderstood. It was the fact that there was the wrong page tagged on it. So therefore, people aren't going to be directed to the right place to find the full joke, to find the full post. So that's like little things. When it comes to big things, you gotta peep. You gotta listen. You gotta be silent. You have to observe. Just sit down and be quiet. Just sit down and be quiet. There's a guy on Instagram, Chief Why Not. Literally, Chief and then the letter Y, and then not. Why not stands for you need only truth. You need only truth. Why not? He gave this a name, sound fasting, where you go without being around a lot of sounds. I'm in nature right now, so that doesn't really count. You go without being around a lot of sounds, like you go without being like talking to people. And you just sit and observe. You can do it with another person. You can practice your telepathy as well. Telepathy is also very important, but I'm not even finna get too spiritual in this video. I just want everybody to look at life, not for what it is, but what it's supposed to be. You know, this matrix is ending. Who are you going to be when the matrix ends? I know people who have beat the matrix, and they're choosing to live that life of having not, and being able to live off the land and be in tune with the planet, with the universe, with their karma, knowing exactly what type of karma they're going to have because of the person they are being. Those are the type of people I surround myself with. I refuse to do otherwise. I do too much work on myself to be around people who are unstable. If you don't take your spiritual life seriously, if you don't take your business seriously, if you don't take your reputation seriously, I can't fuck with it. That's the type of stuff I talk about with my dad. I don't know what other people, how other people have a relationship with their parents, but, you know, growing up in an entrepreneur household, subcontractor, you know, independent contractor, I work on my own time, self-motivated side hustle, small business. Like, you know, that's the type of mindset I got. I can't operate no other way. Folks just be doing any and everything because they know they got a job they can go back to get paid. No, I know that if I don't take care of myself properly, I will not make money because I'm not working on my business. And if I'm not in the right headspace, I can't work on my business. And if I can't work on my business, I don't feel good. Not only because I'm not getting money, but because I'm not fulfilling my purpose if I'm not working on my business. I happen to have a business that affects people in their entire life. Their entire life changes when they become successful at what I teach. I teach people how to invest in real estate and build wealth. I don't offer a useless service. Sometimes, you know, luxury things and having fun, I'm not saying that it's not important, but if you were to remove it, how much would that person's life change? You know, if you do nails, I'm no offense to people who do nails. I'm just saying, how much would that person's life change if they don't have their nails done? Versus somebody learning how to build an investment portfolio and not have to work at all. They've been able to store enough money, put it aside to where they're getting payments every month, every few months to cover their bills. So now they no longer have to work for money. Who's making more of a difference? Okay? Like I said, there's nothing wrong with making money. There's nothing wrong with doing nails and, like, you know, specialty services, spa services, stuff like that. I do think that those do play an important role and importance. I'm just saying, be realistic. How much would that person's life change if you were to remove that service? What deeper purpose are you fulfilling? So let's just say that service has been removed, right? What are you doing with your finances that you make from that service? Are you buying seeds? Are you giving and helping people? Hashtag give back challenge. Are you taking time out and helping those younger than you? So, maybe what you're doing isn't necessarily, the strongest change in society, but at least you're putting your dollar, your finance to a bigger cause. So, it's not everything hasn't gone to waste. But what if you're not serving any purpose? You're doing something that doesn't really affect people's lives, and you're not utilizing your finances in a useful way to affect people's lives. Now you're just a person. You're just a person in the system. You're just a person who's part of the cycle. You have to really think about these things. That's why we say, I don't support having a job unless it's like, within a construct of a family business or something. If you have a family business and y'all are doing something constructive, cool. But if you just got a job and you're just making money to make money and just buy random stuff, you're not building towards anything. You're not serving a purpose. All you do is go to work, play video games, and be on your phone. That don't make no sense. What type of conversations do you have with your parents? And I do recognize that a lot of parents, they're not even able to have these conversations with their children because they weren't given that proper education and knowledge and wisdom by their parents. And I get that. That's why I have so much gratitude for my parents, because I'm like, yo, I don't know what I would do if I had one of these stupid ass parents. I dislike the things that my parents do sometimes, but I'm like, at least I could tolerate this. If I had other parents, I wouldn't be able to tolerate them, and I would have grew up way faster than I did. Like, I would know it would not have been okay. I would have been like, nah, no sir, I'm not even finna do this. I already, made certain moves and stuff when I was younger because I didn't want to be in the situation I was in. And being able to observe it, I was like, woof. At least that was my situation versus what these other folks got to deal with, because no, I couldn't do it. A lot of y'all are very, very strong. Not only did you remove yourself from a toxic situation, you're not working on yourself. People over here, the rainicorns, everybody's working on themselves. That's the beautiful thing about it. That's what I love to see. No, we've already did it. Like, that's the thing. Like, I'm not gonna lie. The kids already got it taken care of. We really don't have to do much else. I'm just being straight up with y'all. This might be my last year here on this YouTube channel because there's nothing else. The kids got everything. The information is here. I'm observing the children, my own child along with other children, and they got it handled. They got it made. Now, all we need to do is cater to them a little more. I don't really, at this point, I'm not really caring about, what grown folks got going on. The only thing I'm going to bother with grown folks is trying to get them into business if they're not already, and get them into polygyny, or at least solidifying their current relationship if they're monogamous. Otherwise, I ain't got nothing else to say to grown folks. I don't have anything else to say to them. Are you taking care of your kids? Because I don't really care, bro. If you're not taking care of your kids, I don't want to hear nothing you got to say. I just don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I simply don't. You're not fulfilling your main purpose in life. Taking care of your children. You have children. That's it. That's where it ends. That's it. You have other lives to take care of and to nurture. Do you have them in the best environment for them to grow? That's all that matters. And for those who don't have kids, it's beautiful that you're all learning. It's beautiful that you're all like getting yourselves together. So when you do have children, you already know where you're going with your relationship. Not with raising your child, with your relationship. I say that because having your relationship taken care of makes being a parent a lot easier. Because I'm not going to sit up here and just trash my ex and stuff. Like, he was a great, like, father to give birth with. He went to my birthing classes with me. We started a scrapbook. When we moved to our house, he built my son's crib, and like, you know, it was different things like that that I got to see. And when he was a newborn, he cut my umbilical cord. Um, he would take care of me very well if I was like feeling some type of way. Um, you know, I used to breastfeed, and he would help me out a lot when it came to like moving and stuff. So I'm grateful for that experience with when my child was a newborn. Now that he's 4, finna be 5, his father isn't really around too much. I don't know. I don't know. Um, it's like all I can do is be grateful for what did happen and move on and get the help that I need to move forward as my son gets older. That's it. Everybody else has to do the same. Sure, yes, this world is ending. Stop talking about going to war. We get it. We're already in a war. If you had noticed already, like that's my thing too. Like I'm finna wrap up this video, but not to be off topic too much, because this does pertain to, you know, family and stuff. I didn't talk about this with my dad. I don't really have conversations like this with my father or my parents, but man, when I be putting in work in the astrals, bro, and I be seeing that shit manifest in the physical, can't nobody really tell me shit. That's not to be cocky, that's not to be in my ego, but it's like, you're not finna tell me shit. I know I'll be working in the astrals overtime. I recently got a break. But up until recently, I've been putting in work. And it manifested into the physical realm, into the 3D. So this whole war shit, I've been battling, bro, on behalf of everybody. So I already know where this shit going. So when people still talk about war and stuff, I get low key irritated, because I'm like, okay, if you still talking about it, what have you been doing in the astrals, bro? Since you want to go to war so bad, you been winning any battles? Because I have. Ain't no war shit gonna scare me. Nor is it my encouragement for the system to fall. Folks want the system to fall and go to war and stuff. You ain't even prepared, bro. No, I don't mean knowing how to fight. No, I don't mean using a weapon. That's not what I mean. I mean the preparation for the casualties and the after effect. You didn't think about that. The Rainicorns probably did, but other people, they ain't thinking about that. They ain't thinking about it. I'm really just at the point where I'm just done with a lot of people and their behavior. Like I said, I got the way that I operate and the way that I grew up with my parents. I just have a particular way of thinking. I've grown. I'm not stuck. That's not what I'm saying. All I'm saying is I have a particular way of thinking, and I lose tolerance. I have a lot of patience. I have a lot of patience for individuals, but I lose tolerance for certain behaviors. I'm like that. Okay, I just got a call. I hope y'all can still hear me and stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go. if you haven't yet, I want y'all to, reach out to your parents, tell them you love them, even if they got the thing, because mine got the thing. And that's the only reason why I feel comfortable distancing myself away from them, because they got the thing. And when certain things happen, I'm not going to be around for when the thing affects them. I love them, and I'm going to keep showing them love up until, certain things happen. If you have your parents, you have your family members that were close to you and stuff, still show them love. I'm going to read y'all's comments, then I'm going to head out of here. Okay, everybody said peace, yeah. Oh, that's great. Indra said crazy. I just talked to my dad from a long time as well yesterday. That's great. That's great. Mm-hmm. Carlos King said, dang, God, is hard pill to swallow with loved one. That's all we can do is do it. Mm-hmm. Every war will have casualties. Exactly. People aren't ready for that. It's like you could be training with your best friend and lose them in the war. People ain't gonna know how to handle it, bro. It's gonna be a whole different thing by the time that comes. We did our job by letting them know what the situation was, and they decided to do what they wanted to do anyway. It's okay. We were walking around, right? We went to Target. He put on his mask. I didn't put mine on, nor did I put my son's mask on him. Nobody said shit. It was a blatant difference, though. You see in maneuver, I be seeing people with their mask on, with their mask off. It's a clear difference. Why did you get the thing and you're still wearing a mask? Ain't that supposed to protect? Wasn't that the whole point of getting the thing? I didn't get the thing, but I'm not scared, though, and I'm not gonna wear a mask. It's like that's, even though my dad was one of the main reasons I got into spirituality the way that I did, he made that decision, and so it's affected really just his daily operation. It didn't change who he was too much, but it's just, it's just kind of sad to see. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and go, though. I love y'all so much. I really do. I love all of you. And I hope you all have a great day. I hope you have a great rest of your year. Sure, we just started this Gregorian calendar year, but really we're finna start the new year in a couple of months in Aries season. That's Pisces season. We just got into Pisces season, if I'm not mistaken. So we're finna end this year out, according to astrology. So, have a beautiful rest of your day. I will see you in the next one, Rainicorns. Shalom. Dawada.